Welcome back to the Citrus Today Show. Stephen Barbieri is joining us. He is the new executive director of the Citrus County Education Foundation as of this weekend, February the 1st, official.
That's correct. Thank you for having me, Dennis.
Well, this is interesting because you grew up here in Citrus County. Good to be working as an education integral part of what's going on here now. It's got to be a nice return home, huh?
Absolutely. Actually, when we moved here, I was going into 4th grade, and it was the 13th time my family had moved by the time I was 9 years old. So we had bounced around quite a bit, and we got here. And as a 9-year-old in Citrus County, I was like, all right, when are we moving the 14th time? I couldn't wait to move along and get to the next place. But you know, we stayed here through the years, and all the way through high school. I graduated from Lecanto High School. And got out in the world, went to college and law school, and couldn't wait to get back to Citrus County. So we moved back here about 7 years ago, and now I get to be a part of this wonderful foundation.
That's terrific. Well, you've been a director on the foundation for a while. Your wife also has served. And now, as the new executive director, you start to take on and form a whole new vision for the Education Foundation. For folks out there who aren't aware of the Education Foundation here in Citrus County, kind of explain that to us and how it works with our education system.
Absolutely. What the Citrus County Education Foundation is a partnership between private business and the public school sector. What we do as a 501c3 nonprofit is we find community resources, whether they be financial, volunteer, in-kind gifts, whatever it may be, and get them to the teachers and the students in the schools where the needs are most important. Right now, the district is facing some very steep budget cuts. A lot of areas, programs that have been in this county for years are having to be cut and line item vetoed out. So what we do is we try to find those pressing needs and make sure that the financial backing from the private sector gets there to keep those programs going, so that my son, who's now in elementary school, can have the same great experience in these schools that I had 20 years ago. And I think that's, a noble cause, and everyone who's involved in the foundation really enjoys what they do, helping out in that manner.
Well, as you said, it's private business working with education to ensure the future of our youngsters. And yes, Citrus County, as well as many other counties, have had challenges with their budget. Citrus County, thanks to some of the things that have happened with Duke Energy, even has bigger challenges as we move forward from this point. So it's vitally important that groups like the Education Foundation are able to infuse money into the education system to ensure that a lot of things continue. You've got a couple of big events that are coming up that are fundraisers that folks out in the audience can help with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. April's our real big month this year. We have 2 new events, or one new event, one long-running event in April. They're our big fundraiser. The first, which most have heard about, is Sam Himmel's Superintendent Golf Classic. This will be the 16th year we're doing a Superintendent Golf Classic. It's an excellent event. It's on April 26th this year. It takes place in Sugar Mill Woods. If you want to sponsor a hole, or if you want to go out and be a part of the event, April, the weather's always perfect. We have a real nice time. There's prizes, there's hole-in-one prizes, there's 50-50 raffle. We get a great turnout. I've been playing in it for 5 years now. I can't say I've won anything out there. But we always have a great time, and there hasn't been a year where it hasn't filled up. So if you want to get involved in that and play, let us know as soon as possible and get your foursome out there. The new event this year, which we're very excited about, is our 5K, 10K, 1 mile walk. It's called the Schoolhouse Hustle. It'll be taking place in the Crest School in Lecanto. We are working with DRC Sports, who runs a lot of the 5Ks in Florida. And
yes.
And a unique aspect of this event is that it has a 10K element. Less than 1% of these fun races in the state actually have a 10K element. They're usually half marathons or 5Ks. So we're expecting runners from all over the state to be here. Plus, we want to get all the local students out there and running. Sam Himmel is very dedicated to doing that 1 mile walk with us. So make sure if you got any little ones that want to be out there and walking, she'll be out there on the course. We'll also have a YMCA Kids Zone. So there will be free childcare for any runners or participants that want to, be out there and running, but maybe they have a small one they don't want to have to tote along with them on the 5K course. The YMCA will be there playing games, providing free childcare. And then we'll also actually have a health expo out there. So all of the runners that, we'll have doctors on hand, we'll have local businesses on hand who cater towards runners. So there'll be a nice health expo that'll involve, selling food and clothing and other apparel and items. So it's a great event for runners. It's a great event for families as well. And we're really looking forward to it this year. And the big thing about it is you get to run on behalf of a local school. So when you sign up, put what school, I'll be running for Lecanto High School if my knee holds up. And the school that has the most people running on their behalf will actually get a $1,000 scholarship written right there on the day of the event. And the school with the highest percentage of runners based on their population, students, will also get $1,000 written right there to their school for funding.
That's terrific.
So we're giving away a couple of prizes like that, and hopefully the schools will come out in droves and get running and get excited about the event.
Now this is open to everybody that
Absolutely,
can get out there and participate, right? And whether you can, you may not do the 10K run, you may want to get involved in that shorter walk. And that's a great thing that you've added to make it so everybody can get into the picture.
Absolutely. This is an event for the most avid runners all the way down to, anyone who just wants to get out and do a walk around the Citrus Complex, the Lecanto Complex. Like I said, we'll be having more than just the events go on. So if you want to come out and just volunteer and help out for a little while and enjoy the events as well, the expo or the kids zone, or even, we'll have a DJ there and, a live MC and everything like that. So it should be a real fun event. We absolutely would love for you to come out, even if you're not a runner or a walker.
Okay. We're going to talk a little bit more about how you get registered for that, as well as how you can get involved with a golf tournament. And we'll look at some of the future plans that have been outlined from the board, talk to you about your plans as you're moving into this new role here in Citrus County. We'll do that as we continue. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back with more on Citrus Today right after this. Welcome back again to Citrus Today. Again, Stephen Barbieri is joining us. He is the new executive director as of February the 1st over the weekend of the Citrus County Education Foundation. Now, when I say you're the new executive director, again, you've been with the Education Foundation for a good while. Your wife has also served. What got you into the Education Foundation in the beginning?
Well, my wife has been on the board now since 2008. She's been a secretary and treasurer and done a few other things with the foundation. So I was at the time working as an attorney in Ocala, so I didn't have the time to dedicate to the board. But under circumstances, I left my practice this past year and freed up some open time. And, you know, really, as you mentioned, with the Duke changes and things like that, it occurred to me that this is really the first time since I had left Citrus County and left their school system that the students sitting in that classroom may not have those same opportunities that I had because of all the budget cuts and things. So I felt that with the time there and with my familiarity with the foundation already, getting involved with it was the thing to do. I have two small children, one in first grade and one about to start VPK. So I want to make sure that for them and for all the other kids in the Citrus County schools, they have those same opportunities.
One of the things that the Education Foundation does that you read about, I know in local papers and you hear about it, is the Educator of the Year or Teacher of the Year and Support Person of the Year banquet. You fund that and make that happen. And that's an exciting event, I know, for people in the school system.
Absolutely, and this year was another very successful year. We had a great turnout. This year we got a great involvement from a lot of the local schools. We had the IB students from Lecanto High School were there being ushers. We had Breeze students from Citrus playing the piano that did an excellent job. We also had some ROTC and auxiliary students there holding swords over people's heads. They didn't nick anyone or hurt anyone, so it turned out to be an excellent event. All the schools are represented with their teachers and their support-related employees of the year. This year we had two amazing winners, as we always do, and it was just an absolutely excellent event. We were honored to have the first ever Citrus County Teacher of the Year there on hand this year, giving a speech. She was actually regaled us with a very funny story about how she won the award and that they didn't even know what to do. She actually had to write her own story to put in the local paper, but it's an excellent event and it's held every year. Now it's the College of Central Florida and they do a great job. And that's just one of the programs, if I can touch on some of the other things we do. This year we were very proud to announce we gave just about $60,000 in mini grants, classroom mini grants to the local schools, and all of that money stays here in Citrus County. It's a competitive grant process. The teachers can apply for a grant, let us know what they need the money for, and then we review those applications and we give out, and this year we gave nearly $60,000, as I said, to the teachers, as well as Money Teach, SAC, which is the Student Achievement Council at each school, and the funding on those were pulled. So Scott Hebert wrote a grant for them, and each school got a little money for their SAC so they can run those programs this year as well. And we were really honored to be able to give that much. We also do math field days, science fairs, those things. We're trying to keep those programs going, Brain Pops and Gizmos, which are interactive learning programs. The River Projects we're very involved with. Citrus Youth Leadership, we've helped with a nice sizable grant this year. So there's lots of things, like, as I said earlier, that need our help and need our funding to stay going and stay available to the students, and that's what we're here for.
For people out in the audience who might be interested in getting plugged in and helping out, I know that it's a volunteer organization, but you stay in touch with a lot of business people, and they're probably the big gift givers to the Education Foundation. Individuals can also get involved, right?
Absolutely. We take individual donations. Our website is citruseducation.org. You can contact us through there. We also have been very blessed to have quite a few people leave a nice gift to the foundation in their estate through pertinent estate planning. So really any little bit helps, even if it's just in-kind gifts or volunteer gifts, volunteer hours. We're always looking for help in those ways as well. We do have some amazing business partners. Suncoast Schools Federal Credit Union is our title sponsor for the hustle that I mentioned earlier. Duke has come up in very big ways and helped with a lot of the projects we like to do with WTI and some of the larger scale things. We also work with the Black Diamond Foundation. They help fund those teacher mini grants I discussed. And other great things. Crystal has just joined on as one of our sponsors for the hustle as well, Crystal Automotive. So we get a lot of great support from this community, but we're always looking for new partnerships and to keep the ball rolling and the excitement going with these events. This
is one of the organizations that they're very active, as you can tell, but not many folks are familiar with the name Citrus County Education Foundation, right?
Absolutely. We try not to put our faces out there too much, because really what we do is about the teachers, who gets the mini grants, who's the teacher of the year. We throw these events and we help them, but we want them to be in the spotlight. So we kind of hang out in the back, but there is some confusion on who we are. There is also another organization in this county called Citrus County Education Association, who is a teachers union for the teachers. So we sometimes do get confused with them. We have teachers trying to show us their union cards. That's not who we are. We are strictly a fundraising element that helps the public school system here, K through 12 education. We also provide scholarships and things like that. So that's what we're trying to do right now, is make sure there's an awareness out there of who we are, because we want people who want to get involved in education and help all the schools in the area to know who to come to if they know a reason or know something that needs to be funded and want to know, who do I ask, who's going to make up this shortfall in our budget. They should know to give us a call, and we'll try to help them out the best we can. So.
Very good. Well, Stephen, I want to thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to the year ahead, and we know that you got some big visions for the future for education here in Citrus County.
Absolutely.
And thank you folks also for joining us on this edition of Citrus Today.